Hi, we're back. Lauren and Pam, master's degree in education, recent graduates, and today we are going to talk about writing skills and how important writing skills are for you for graduate school.
And my writing skills are beyond bad. I'm one of those math number
Not anymore.
people. I know it's gotten better. My first time I sent to the writing studio and my paper came back with twice as many comments as my paper was long. Do you remember that? I sat on my kitchen floor crying. I'm like, okay, this is no way. I can't do this. I'm one of the people that have used a writing studio for absolutely everything. It was just nice to get a little bit more validation of what I was writing and if it was clear and if it made sense. I also found that once there's different people that pick up your paper within the GROWs, the Graduate Online Writing Studio. So I found that if I found an instructor that I kind of got me, that understood, I could write on my subject line that I want that particular instructor to take my paper. And I did that on my last 3 classes.
Oh.
And it was just amazing because and then he would actually call me and, on my cell phone, just say, hey, I got your paper and I wasn't sure about this. Or, I mean, we actually had, it wasn't just someone online, it was actually a real person. So I found that really helpful, especially when I got to my the main paper.
Yeah. I think I mentioned this early on in one of our videos. I think my biggest problem was learning how to use my computer and learning, in the writing part of it. I was okay in understanding how to write, although I hadn't done it in 20-something years like that. I did use the writing studio a lot at the beginning, talking to a couple of the teachers and having the teachers really explain to me some of the technical aspects of having an introduction, making sure in the introduction you talk about what you're going to talk about in the paper. I oftentimes took the rubric and would make sure that in my introduction, at the end of my first paragraph or second paragraph, I would explain the several sections that I would be talking about in my paper to make sure that the teacher knew exactly where to find each part that he or she was going to grade, and I think that made it easier. I also think being prepared. I think I mentioned that earlier, being prepared. I remember one time sitting there and the same thing, just my mind went completely blank, 3 hours of zero, and then just losing it and thinking, I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. And I did. I just wasn't prepared.
And if you're getting frustrated, definitely pick up the phone, call your instructor. They are like your cheerleaders. I mean, they want you to succeed. They're going to do anything possible to help you succeed. So I definitely, would do that.
Yeah, I mean, again, oftentimes they tell you what they're looking for. Maybe you don't understand, you might understand the topic, but you don't know where to begin, or you don't know exactly how to format the paper. And they can say, well, this paper is really about X, Y, Z. And if you hadn't spoken to them, you might have been doing ABC,
right. And the rubric is key. I mean, I have that, I always print that out, and I have it right next to me, and I'm using it as a guide, because they're using that when they grade that. So if you miss something on the rubric, they can't give you the points for it.
They can't give you any points,
Right.
So I go back at the end, I take the rubric, and I pretend like I'm grading it. And I say, did I answer this? Did I answer this? So they could at least give me some points for it, So good luck and keep writing. Use GROWs.